HOAs are not above the law. Now that the dust has finally settled with my HOA situation, I wanted to talk about it because I know a lot of gardeners, especially disabled gardeners. I'm a disabled veteran myself. And those of us who live in Florida or just live in a community with the HOAs, sometimes we think we have no choice but to do whatever the HOA says, especially about our lawns and gardens, and that's not always true. HOAs can have rules, but those rules never override state or federal law. Personally, it became a Fair Housing Act issue because my ability to garden was directly connected to my disability and my ability to just use and enjoy my house. It don't mean just because you're disabled, you get to do whatever you want to do and say I'm disabled and ignore the rules. That's not what I'm saying at all. It does mean that you can ask for and request an accommodation. My biggest advice to anyone else dealing with HOA problems related to the garden and you are disabled is to just make sure you put everything in writing, save the violations, save the emails, send communications via certified mail so there can be no confusion about when something was received or sent. Just know there are resources out there available. I'm going to read them off. We have the local human rights or the Fair Housing Organization within your area. For Florida, we have the Florida Commissions on Human Relations and HUD. And for me, the issue involved what I perceived as misconduct by a licensed community association manager. So I was able to file a complaint with the Florida DBPR for lack of response from my HOA as a owner of a property. Anyway, I'm not saying every disagreement means discrimination because that's not what it is, but I do think it's important for people to know their rights, learn your rights in your state for your situation, keep your records, ask questions, and don't let anyone ignore you because they're uncomfortable with the questions that you have. Remember, an HOA, they can have rules, but they will never have more authority than the law. Happy gardening.